announced that they were going to launch a militant anti-labor agenda in their legislature, not merely to limit collective bargaining, but to ban collective bargaining, to prevent any community from collectively bargaining with the union in that state, the most militant anti-labor law of our time. And on the website of the conservative group that is promoting that agenda, they have a picture of the Wisconsin Capitol when it is full of protesters saying, bigger than Wisconsin. Arizona's going to do more than Wisconsin did. That is what we're talking about. This state has become a national model for progressives as we push back, but it is also a national model for the right. This is where the whole fight plays out. If we lose here, this agenda will sweep across the country, and it will redefine America as it has never been redefined before. As an anti-labor, anti-environment, anti-citizen, anti-democracy republic where our basic rights are at stake every single day. That is the threat that is in play, and that is also the opportunity. Because if we win here, we redefine the politics not just of Wisconsin, but of the Democratic Party and of progressive movements nationally, and ultimately we redefine the politics of the United States coming from this place in this state. So I don't want to have any, I don't really care about the internal petty politics of our time. What I care about is that we send the right signal from this state. And these folks in Arizona that just did this thing, do you know who taught them how to do it? Do you know who went down and briefed them? 2 days after Ohio voted 61-39, first referendum ever on collective bargaining rights, state of Ohio votes 2-1 in favor of collective bargaining rights. 2 days after Ohio cast its vote, Governor Scott Walker got on an airplane and flew to Arizona, and he appeared as the keynote speaker at the Phoenician Resort before the Goldwater Institute, which is the group that is pushing the Arizona law. And if you go online and take a look at the video of Governor Walker speaking at that event, Governor Walker says, opening up his remarks, you don't have to listen to the whole thing, it's before it started. Opening up his remarks, he said, you know, when I was sworn in as the governor of Wisconsin, there had been a tradition in the state capitol in Wisconsin for the better part of 100 years. Each governor who was sworn in the east wing of the Capitol, in front of a statue of a former governor of Wisconsin named Robert M. LaFollette. This LaFollette, I swear it's in the check. This LaFollette, he was a hero of the progressive movement, of what they called progressives. Well, I wasn't going to do that. This is Governor Walker talking. So I moved the swearing in to the other wing of the Capitol, across the Capitol, so that I did not have to be sworn in under the watchful eyes of Robert M. LaFollette. That is how this man started his governorship, but it is also how much he fears this movement. It is how much he despises you people in this room, because you are the living exemplars and the champions and the defenders of the legacy of Robert M. LaFollette. And that is the legacy. Walker is such a fool. He moved his swearing in across the Capitol. He said, oh, I want to be sworn in front of the Constitution of Wisconsin, not in front of the statue of Robert M. LaFollette. Well, I believe one of his aides must have forgotten to remind him that Robert M. LaFollette and the Wisconsin Progressives amended the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin to include the recall power. Constitution, so that if a governor dishonors his oath of office, he can be removed from that office. Now, I will suggest to you that when you claim that you are the governor of a state because you want to renew the economy, and you have had 6 months of job losses starting when you implemented your budget, when you have had that sort of failed economics, you have dishonored your oath of office to serve the people of Wisconsin. When you Wisconsin, when you as the governor of Wisconsin choose to balance a budget not on the backs of the wealthy and out-of-state corporations, but on the backs of working public employees, teachers, snowplow drivers, nurses, and the children and the dislocated and disadvantaged people that are served by those public employees, you are not merely an economic failure, you are a moral failure. You have dishonored your oath of office. And when your chief political appointee's home is raided by the FBI, when your political wingman, the guy who holds your coffee and holds your posters, is charged with felony theft of funds from a veterans charity that you put in his hands, when his partner is charged with child enticement using your campaign account, when your deputy chief of staff in the Milwaukee County Executive's office is charged with 4 felony counts of wrongdoing in office, and when it is revealed that your aides have set up a secret email system run out of a hollowed-out armoire, or as we say in Wisconsin, cabinet, when you have dozens of felonies and investigations, and the FBI and the Milwaukee County prosecutor are staying up nights to keep up with all of the legal challenges raised by your administration of your previous office, and when your own press secretary has taken immunity in a John Doe probe into government corruption, you have dishonored your office and you must be removed. Recall is not about legal crimes. It's not about ethics. It's not about economics. Recall power, as it was outlined by La Follette, is a citizenship power. It is power given to the people so that when we elect a governor, that governor does not serve as a monarch for 4 years. That governor serves as our representative, as our servant. We do not serve the governor. The governor serves us. The recall power makes that real. And you folks, people in this room, Tim was talking about this. He was talking about this when we gathered back in February of 2011. When nobody else was talking about it, people, La Follette folks, Fighting Bob folks were talking about the recall power. This recall power has been realized in Wisconsin. I've traveled across this country. Do you know the excitement? Do you know the passionate excitement in this whole country about what's going on in Wisconsin? People are thrilled by what you are doing now. And I want to tell you how much you've achieved. I added up all the votes for all the Republican candidates for president in Iowa, in New Hampshire, in South Carolina. When you add them all together, it adds up to 970,000. But in Wisconsin, 1 million people have risen up to say that this governor must be removed from office. This is the biggest political story in America. This is the biggest political movement in America. Robert M. La Follette said democracy is alive. And ladies and gentlemen, we are about to live it to its fullest. We are going to recall a governor. We are going to recall a lieutenant governor. We are going to recall 1, 2, 3, 4 state senators. And we are going to replace them with servants of the people. And that message is going out from Wisconsin to this whole country. Louis Brandeis said, Wisconsin is the laboratory of democracy. Louis Brandeis said that Wisconsin is the laboratory of democracy. That was a century ago. It is time we renew that responsibility. Let us be the laboratory of democracy for the 21st century. Let the word go out from this state. Let the word go out from this state. If you attack labor, if you attack voting rights, if you attack civil rights, if you attack the basic premises of small d democratic government, we will recall and remove you from office, and we will replace you with servants of the people. In the spirit of Fighting Bob La Follette. Solidarity!